A lot of people asked me to take a look at this guy called Rendy. Apparently he is like an insanely good RuneScape player, like one of the best PVMers. And he's done a 3 combat level fire cape. I don't know what the heck and how the heck he's gonna do that. But let's take a look at this, guys. Rendy, I've not seen anything from Rendy before. He's weird, but he's good as fuck. Okay. He's crazy, but on the top. Okay, we'll see. I just heard he's really good. He does some really, really crazy stuff. Okay. Okay.
Eat shit and die.
He does buggy stuff. Okay. I mean, I've just heard he's really cool and really good, so. I like the intro. The 3 combat fire cape. Okay. The end of an era. He does a lot of insane stuff.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Today once again we're going to be going back on a low combat level account to do the fight caves, but this time I promise you it's final. That's because we're doing it on a level 3, being the lowest combat possible in the entire game. As sad as it sounds, I've probably been dreaming about the possibilities of performing a fight cave attempt at this combat level since I was just a kid. And as many of you have already seen, I have been slowly getting closer and closer to this goal as of late, with the help from a friendly competition between myself and Exact.
Okay. Go check out Exact's 3 comment video right after this one. Okay.
This journey of mine truly started all the way back in pre-EOC when I first went for the lowest level kiln cape back in 2012.
Bro, is this how the UI look? This must have been some add-ons or plugins, right? Oh, it's pre the evolution of combat. Okay, so it's still this, but okay.
And although I had later failed that kiln cape, well, I had needed a fire cape to sacrifice for that attempt. And in the process of getting that fire cape, I found out later on that I had accidentally gotten the lowest level legitimate combat fire cape in the entire game at 36 combat.
It looks so different, the mobs. I guess it's because it's 2.5 or whatever you want to call it. What's up, Dog?
And sure enough, in the next year with the introduction of old school RuneScape, my interest in doing the fight caves at low levels definitely continued. So in 2013, I went on to continue this passion, and basically in the last 7 years, let's just say I've done way too many capes.
Okay. Is he just like a super levels? Okay.
I went from my first achievement being a level 37 combat fire cape to then 34 combat, 33 combat, 30 combat, and finally 25 combat. From here I
Okay, is Rendy just a freak? He just loves the fight caves that much, huh?
took a break for the last few years, and finally within this last year of 2019, I decided to take on some more attempts to go even lower, hitting thresholds of once again what I thought was even possible. This was 18 combat, 17 combat, 9 combat, and the most recent 4 combat.
4 combat
and
level.
Once again, understanding these boundaries of what is possible was definitely helped along with the fierce competition between me and Exact. He taught me a few things along the way, and to be honest, without it, I would have probably left this goal for myself at 17 combat just 3 months ago. But when I found something to be possible, it must be done, and here we are today for the final time. To say the least, this is the end of an era to my entire life, and to have you all be a part of it and to have witnessed it all happen just makes it 1,000 times better.
Wait, okay, so if he's level 3 combat, I'm looking at his inventory and I see a bunch of potatoes, which I guess is to empty the sack of potatoes and eat them, because it doesn't really matter how much he gets healed by the food. What matters is that he's healing on the tick, right? So he's gonna be tick eating throughout all the fight caves. All the way through it. Oh, and since he has 3 combat level, he's gonna do pretty much no damage at all.
But of course, the real question still remains, and it's probably the reason why most of you are watching this video now. How did I do it?
Yeah. This is pure distilled autism. Recoil.
Well,
okay.
unironically, my mission starts in Tutorial Island. I have to use some combat XP once again to hit ones and poison the 180 melee NPCs, since I cannot recoil them all, due to the fact that they regenerate hit points by healing themselves. So the first place I looked to minimize my XP was from the very start, where you must gain XP on rats on the actual island itself.
I have never heard a RuneScape player trying to talk about figuring out a way to minimize their XP. This goes against every fiber of my being in this game.
This is because this small difference in XP could literally mean 4 defense versus 3 defense, and therefore 4 combat versus 3 combat as a finish to the fight caves. To avoid as much combat XP as possible in Tutorial Island, I would use alternate accounts to attack the rats for the first 2 hits, then log out on both of those accounts. And finally, I would last hit the rat on the account I would only want 4 combat XP on, versus the normal 12 combat XP, or even sometimes 16 combat XP the rat would grant if its hit points regenerated during the fight.
Okay. This dude's so interesting. I think this is awesome. This is so cool. Yeah.
Along with this and account preparation, I would once again finish parts of One Small Favor for the ability to use OSRS in case the 90 Ranger hits too little on me and made my HP from attempted tick eats go to full.
Wait,
because
full DC? Oh, you guys all... Bro, the servers yesterday went freaking crazy too. Does the crystal thing, is that good for DCs? Yes? Okay, I'm getting the crystal today, because I'm getting the crystal today.
Well, at full HP, you can't tick eat, and the Ranger will max at 13, whilst my GuzuTV put my HP at 15/10, therefore allowing me to live in this very rare instance. So speaking of tick eating, I actually get this question a lot, and today we're covering all bases, as these videos tend to get a wider audience.
Okay.
Many people have asked in my prior videos on the Fire Cape, what is tick eating, or in their own words have asked, how come he isn't dying and these NPCs are only hitting 3s and 2s and 1s on him? Well, I sit at a low HP, then time my eat in the few ticks between the NPC's projectile and when that projectile actually hits my character. The NPC will calculate the damage when it fires the projectile, therefore if I'm only 2 hit points and I eat to 3 hit points between the projectile, the NPC will still only be able to hit a 2 and I will live with a remainder of 1 hit points.
Is this hard to time? Not really. Depends. No. Okay, so it's not giga hard because you have to do it super consistently. Yeah. Okay. I do it every time. Okay, bro. Onions, onions, onions. It reminds me of like old school videos.
So just like the 4 combat cape, onions are once again my best friend, and at 76 cooking I can never burn a fried onion, which can be made with a knife, bowl, and some sacks of onion.
Is he making food in...
Well, I'm all about those onions, especially when running into a projectile NPC from a far distance. The farther away you are from an NPC, the longer it takes that projectile to hit you. And sometimes that second projectile from a far distance will calculate damage on your HP before the first one an NPC fired even damages you. So once again we are doing some combo tick eats and raising our HP in succession by doubling it between the attacks with higher tiered food to avoid my hit points from being overshot from far off projectiles, till we get into that 9 tile range from the NPC where those projectiles are able to be standardly tick ate.
Listen again to understand? Bro, I would never understand. How do you even figure this out? Okay, so 1 minus plus 1, and then he... What? By playing for 20 years? Yeah, but you wouldn't know this even by... Dude, you have your special brain. He has a special brain. Wave 56, okay. So he eats the cooked crab meat. Must take hits on lure, 1 HP start. 1 to 2 onion, 1 or 0, 1 to 3 or 2 or 4 crab meat, 2 or 0, 1 to 6, 2. Is he calculating what to eat? What the actual hell? Oh, so that's why he has so much different food in his bags. So he eats different food depending on... What? Depending on how much health he has, he eats different food to make sure that the tick eat works correctly. That is so fucking crazy. What? Red plus kick interface. Okay. How does he do damage? I think... I think chat, people in chat said he has like a ring of recoil, which if you're a WoW player, it's like thorns. So it's essentially like whenever he takes damage, it deals damage back. Thansix, thanks for the prime. So it's like a thorn. He unnotes them. Oh, it's those in the bag. He's picking flowers? What? Okay, you get... Oh, really good there, actually. Wait, so he's not even attacking the mob. He is straight up just... recoiling all the damage and tick eating. He uses the Ring of Suffering to unnote the recoils. He can because he's level 3. Oh, I'm so many questions. So... Oh, yeah, because if he attacks the mob, he levels up. Oh my god. Yeah, because he would get XP. I forgot you gained XP by... it didn't even register in my brain. That's so stupid.
Other very niche tactics were used again that I have covered in prior videos to mitigate almost all combat XP while in the caves and remained level 3 combat. The major one, once again, was one I had founded while doing my 9 combat fire cape account, and what made this cape even close to being possible.
Yeah, I know,
As
guys,
if
I know.
it were not for this one strategy, we would still be looking at around a 14 combat finish for the fire cape from prior poison strategies seen in my 18 combat fire cape, 17 combat fire cape, as well as an exact 16 combat fire cape and 14 combat fire cape.
All relied on total, okay.
This new strategy that totally avoided XP from poison except for now the 180s was something to do with using noted recoils on a Ring of Suffering,
Okay.
and basically by using these noted recoils into the Suffering, it would reset the global charge on all of your recoils back to 40.
Oh!
This allowed for you to basically have countless recoil charges on the Ring of Recoil and enough inventory to continuously use a Ring of Recoil's effect of recoiling damage while taking damage from NPCs rather than the standard 40 charges per ring.
Uh-huh.
But of course, as I said earlier, I will still be getting some combat XP in today's video due to my recoil not being able to put out enough DPS on a 180 melee. Therefore, I just need to find a way to mitigate just enough XP to stay 3 defense this time, rather than the prior 4 and 5 defense shown in my earlier 9 and 4 combat videos.
I don't even know what to say.
A solution to this XP gain is what truly separates this 3 combat fire cape from my prior 4 combat fire cape.
Okay.
And there is one solution on some waves, but let's just say it is extremely risky and difficult to perform this successfully.
Yeah. I guess he wants to flinch them, maybe? Oh, yeah, he has that, this is the shield from, freaking workshop, elemental workshop, right? Okay.
First of all, these 180s hit 25s, so even if I could recoil them, I would need to do that somehow with only 10 hit points. I've talked about this before in my Song of the Elves and Barrows video back in September, but you are able to actually tick eat melee attacks even though they don't have projectile delay like the range and mage NPC attacks do. This can be achieved with a very unorthodox method of using an elemental shield or another stall, and by putting 2 stackable interfaces behind that stall. The interfaces pop open after the stall is completed, stacking both of them up at the same time. Now, a melee attack prioritizes to close an interface before it prioritizes to hit you for damage, meaning by having 2 of these interfaces up, you have exactly 2 ticks to eat a purple sweet or any other food before the damage rolls on your character and those interfaces completely close.
Wield the shield.
What?
So now I can tick eat the melee attacks of this NPC, but how do I get past it healing itself? Well, on some of these waves you can lure the NPCs just right to perform tick eats on the range or mage, and then return back to the safe spot to get yourself away from the projectile NPC and in front of the 180's melee zone.
Is he an AI? This can't be real. This is it, like, that is crazy.
These lures were usually done in somewhat janky ways with attacks and right-click actions.
This guy's a machine. I don't know how he came up with this. He's fueled by Diet Coke. Okay. Okay. Are you learning? Oh, dude, I'm never gonna. Are you crazy? So he's drinking the soup. And he's trying to look at his health so he can correctly take
So why
it.
this works is because if the melee sees another NPC is below half health, it will then heal that other NPC instead of itself. Therefore, by continuously cycling and ticketing a range or mage for around 11 hit points each round, I would then be able to make the melee heal the range instead of itself, whilst proceeding to have it hit me then 2 more times before it starts healing yet again. I call this mechanic the quantum oscillation dilation of the elemental shield animation.
What?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Why are these sound effects? Is this an actual hand?
So only on around 12 waves was this possible for me to lure these NPCs this way, as I would once again be using my familiar rotation number 2 that I have used on 1 per capes for many years. Now to get average XP and remain 3 defense instead of 4 defense, I would have to do these awkward lures and shield strategies on about 8 waves, but I still could get extremely unlucky and level up past average even with this strategy based on how often my poison would hit on the other 180s in the other waves that were unlurable. This was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in this entire game, and I am not even exaggerating, but it is also the first time my hand has ever physically cramped up from playing RuneScape. It took around 1,000 purple sweets and an hour, sometimes to an hour and a half, to complete each of my 180 waves this way, and let's just say I never want to do it again. And oh yeah, did I forget to mention, you need to have at least 1 prayer point for this to work, as the only stackable interface that works with this method is prayers, which they don't pull up if you have 0 prayer points, meaning I would need to carry 2 to 3 super restores to pull off these waves, as bats on prior waves knock your prayer down to 0. So
need at least 1 prayer point to pull. Oh yeah, the bats! They're 1 tile, right? How is he gonna deal with the bats?
probably my worst failure at this was forgetting to dose my prayer to 1 from 0 on the very first wave I was using this method.
The music, man. Yeah.
Rest in pieces.
The final boss, okay. How long is this gonna take him though? Rendimento. I will once again be using the chatbox interface as an indicator to perform the first technique, even when his interface closes. While the Gothic's rest comes in clutch. Bro. Well, that's why I trapped him as well. Oh, so he's baiting it out to see. Yeah, okay. What's up about the hex? Oh, I would get so stressed. I can't even imagine this.
Interrupt this program to bring you
Chespra and his galaxy-sized brain wanted me to remind you all that this idea to lure the healers this specific way was his.
Oh.
So this lore took me 2 minutes to find when Exact and Rennie had been searching for hours for a good lore.
2 minutes to find. Okay. Chest bra. Okay. I love the random editing. It's so good. What? that's why he had those tiles there to know when he could trap him. Are the purple sweets really expensive to eat? $7,000 each, like 10K each. You know what? I agree, bro. I am just happy that Randy is using his power for good. Because his brain could be utilized for some scary shit in the world, okay? Like, that brain is being used for RuneScape. And that's fantastic, dude. He is having a positive outlet for it. It's a very noble cause.
It's done.
Damn.
Success!
Damn.
So now I could finally say, it is done.
Yeah.
I never have to step foot in here again, and I have accomplished literally what I accidentally set myself out to do almost a decade ago.
This was so
If you haven't
anticlimactic.
realized yet, I am also not the only one to achieve this. Exact also got the 3 combat cape. We previously agreed that we wanted to share this finale to the Fire Cape Space Race as a team, because this whole completion was really a team effort. This is
Yeah.
because if we were both left unmatched in this entire process, the 3 combat Fire Cape today would likely not even be a thing on old school RuneScape.
Dude.
And therefore, not only did I get a 3 combat Fire Cape out of this whole ordeal, but something even better. I made a new friend.
Aww.
If you haven't already, go check out Exact's video on his 3 combat Fire Cape,
That's
as it will
awesome.
be posted the same time as this video. It likely will be on the sidebar, but I will also link it in the description below.
Oh, that's
He used
cool.
an entirely different rotation and many different strategies, and it is definitely worth the watch.
That's
and
wholesome.
You should
I like
all
that.
check it out after this video. I also wanted to thank the community for hyping up the responses to all things Fight Caves over the last month. It has
hell,
really
man.
made me enjoy doing this and watching all the memes and responses despite my cramping hands and lack of sleep.
Oh, God.
And lastly, many of you will ask, what will I do now that the Fight Caves are complete?
Like, how long does this take him? Like, the full thing? Does he say that? Did he say, like the full fight? How long? Just, like, from wave 1 to Jad. Multiple days. I think it was around 100 hours. Yeah, I mean, he said it was like around an hour to an hour and a half per wave. Oh. But that was the shield waves, right? That was the waves with the, yeah, so like, I don't know. I don't know.
Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The 30 is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone up progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The
God
30 is
damn.
back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone in progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all on my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with a nigga who lying for nothing. I see that we different, you riding.
God damn.
I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go to your places, I know that they sunken. Don't call me your brother, I barely could trust.
He's
I
fine.
with shorty, she bagging the bugging. And I'ma need all of my dollars on corporate, so hand me the money, I divvy the
We
pie.
need chains
I'ma
to
give all
level
of my
3s
people
can
a
enter.
portion to build them a fortune, I'm flipping the ride. I can't be mixy when it
No
be the vibe.
way.
40 on 50 is really the time. Why are you all on my phone like you want me? Like you wasn't pushing the kid to the side. I don't know if you bitches are thinking I'm
That's
blind.
pretty sick,
Cross
though.
on my crosses and dot on my eyes. Done with your efforts, I'm dealing with pressures. I know it's a lesson, that's word of the wise. Dubbing the mixes, I'm
Holy
mixing. I know
shit.
I've been missing. I
That's
need
the
it to
Inferno
personal.
area.
Fuck all the
Ah.
pictures, dimensions. I don't with your digits, I mean it, I'm staying inside.
Cheers, bro, for helping with some of the lures plus graphics for the video. The songs just keeps going. That's fucking insane, though. Holy shit. Cheers, bro. His level 3 Infernal Cape video is so good. Yeah, but I don't want to watch Infernal Cape stuff, right? Because I'm gonna be doing that soon as well myself. Yeah. Okay. The community for hyping this challenge up and making this experience that much better. That's awesome. That's so wholesome, man. That's freaking sick, chat. I'll link Rendy, of course, chat. Check out Rendy and Exact as well, obviously. This is an old video, but people told me to check out Rendy for a while and see what his videos are about and stuff like that. And this guy is freaking ridiculous. I think he has a ton more videos like this as well. Like different challenges and series and stuff like that if you want to check those out, guys. Which is absolutely freaking ridiculous. Achieving the impossible at level 3. Level 3 bossing in RuneScape. Yeah, he does some cool shit, dude. Check out Rendy, guys. That's freaking sick.